Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for every UFC event. With your host, TB Scouting MMA, and
the motherfucking guru is back, baby! We've got UFC Abu Dhabi, Robert the Reaper Whittaker taking on Reinier de Ridder in which should be an absolute banger of a main event. Sorry to miss last week. Happy to be back. Before we could get into this banger of a card, we have a very special guest. We are rounding out the trio of the Beat the Line broadcast podcast. Make sure you go check them out. We've got Picks by Pegasus in the building. What is going on, my friend?
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. You guys show us a great time. Love being on it. Love joking around. You know, it won't be as serious as Drav usually is on the show, but I'm ready to have a good time here.
I think we got Dravi to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, he's hard to come around. Key's a lot more fun.
oh yeah.
You should have seen TB before I met him. He was just like, I mean, if he's a grandpa now, I mean, he was a great grandpa. It was bad.
I'm like Benjamin Button these days. Look out, world.
Exactly. He's just having a little bit more fun these days. It's true.
Hell yeah. Well, hey,
right.
Shout out to all you guys in the comments section already because you're doing the right thing. Thank you, Olajuwon. The Dream Shake. Let's go. Grateful dude, you made it. I'm so happy. We had a nickname Bonanza last week. Not sure the guru will allow quite the same enthusiasm. This week, shout out to the GOAT Hulk Hogan, or whatever your feelings are on the subject. Terrible stuff going on in the world.
When did that become a thing? So I'm not in on WWE. I've, grown up in the 90s. Like Hulk was always the man. I didn't realize he had like the whole racist thing going on. When did that become a thing?
It's been like 20, it's been like 15, 20 years of that racist shit. Like it's been bad. But like more recently in the last 5 to 7 years, he's been much more outspoken Republican and just like really, really far that way. But you know what? He's a pioneer. He's UFC incarnate. He's USA incarnate, right? Like he's just, I mean, he's as American as baseball and apple pie. So love him or hate him. RIP to the GOAT. Yeah, man, it's been weird. RIP to Ozzy, man. And Theo Huxtable, man, pouring out for my boy. So
all right, so someone's got to rip their shirt, someone's got to bite the head off the bat, and someone I don't know what. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lou. I said all right. So beautiful. Thank you so much for joining all of the friends in the chat. Justin, Lou, Daz, Olajuwon, all the grateful dude. We're grateful for all of you guys. So do the right thing. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Costs you absolutely nothing. Now, if you're an absolutely incredible person, like the one and only, make the bookies pay. Then we'll, if you're so willing to donate to the show, we might even name a special bet or segment after you. So stay tuned for the Make the Bookies Pay parlay, and we're ready to have a good time. So without further ado, let's get down to business. This is what all the people came here for. We've got Robert the Reaper Whittaker, Bobby Knuckles versus Reinier de Ridder, RDR, Hardy R. Is he one of the Hardy Bros? Hardy Boys?
Two young whippersnappers.
Nice. Shout out South Park too. -166 for the Reaper, +140 for RDR. There's been a little bouncing around of the line all week, kind of in this range, as low as +125. Reinier de Ridder, now up to back in that +140, +145 range. This is a tough fight. Both guys have what would seem to be a clear path to victory. There's a couple things that stand out to me overall. I think that Whittaker, yes, he should have a clear striking advantage. It's just he's going to be needing to make up a lot of range to land effectively. Now, he can point fight and probably stay safe, but if we're looking for a knockout on the Whittaker side, he's going to have to enter the danger zone, and that's where de Ridder, he's huge. He can
that's
push
already
forward.
but that's already where I disagree, right? Couldn't he get the knockout over time?
Well, he certainly could.
By point
fighting slows down. By point fighting, you're hoping de Ridder slows down. You avoid the danger zone. But ultimately, I mean, de Ridder, he's going to crash the pocket. He's like a zombie walking forward. He's huge. And truly, I mean, he's going to look like a different weight class out there. And on top of that, for a guy of his size to have the type of body triangle, anaconda setups, scrambling threats, he does everything you could possibly ask for in the jiu-jitsu department. And the wrestling, I actually kind of like that he uses a lot of like body lock, clinch, knees, elbows. And then if he gets in open space and he needs to shoot, a single or a double, like he definitely can. But he doesn't necessarily rely on one certain type of takedown. I tend to think that the size, the physicality, pushing into the clinch, like we're going to see a lot of success early for de Ridder, unless Whittaker's getting him out of there. Unless Whittaker's just dancing around and even avoiding any type of interaction. I just don't see it that way. I got to go with the dog here. So, Guru, how do you see this fight playing out? Because I know how it feels, man. I know how you're feeling right now. What do you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, TB says that because Robert Whittaker is literally, a top 3 favorite fighter of mine, always has been. So it's a really, really tough matchup. But I came away first shot thinking this is already ours fight. And then as the week has gone on, I've gotten a little bit more nervous, feeling like, hey, Robert Whittaker can really stick and move. He's one of the smarter fighters in the game. He's got great footwork. And who is actually controlling Robert Whittaker, right? It's nobody. It's prime Yoel Romero and obviously just Khamzat last fight. And I'm not even sure that Khamzat was going to submit him, if you know what I mean. He broke his jaw because Whittaker just has jaw issues, but I don't know that he was going to submit him otherwise. He's really freaking good on the ground. So it's very scary, but I just feel like these are the kind of spots where it's just, the line was so similar in this fight to the Kevin Holland fight in a lot of ways, right? Well, no, it just opened that way, right? Did he flip to a favorite?
I think you could have got him plus odds on some books.
We did. We definitely did. Get him plus money, but I don't know.
I think he closed the favorite. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, I think he flipped to full favorite, which is kind of interesting. But I think originally it was closer to this. But I guess I digress. The point is that the line is I don't know, probably about accurate. So it's just what do you really want to do about it? I get really nervous if Reinier de Ridder doesn't get the finish in the first 2-3 rounds. I think that's a fair testament to feel because Robert Whittaker has shown the cardio and the durability over time. The problem is I just feel like when he gets finished, especially lately, right? You're looking at the Khamzat fight. Sure, he breaks his jaw. And then really the fight that was most similar to me would probably be Dricus du Plessis, right? He just attritionally beats the shit out of him. So if Reinier can make it an ugly fight, then it could look similar in that regard. But I'm scared, as they say. So I'm not sure that I need a Reinier de Ridder money line. I feel like maybe the play is just a round 1, round 2 submission because I don't see him getting the KO. I really even you know what I mean? It's not going to be a ground and pound positional. I just don't see that. I think he's got to be sneaky. TB, I really called his shot on MMA on Twitter. I think it's when he's trying to get up and turtles, to try to stand up. I think that's when his neck is exposed, and I think that's when it's most possible. So when you look at the round 1, round 2 submission prop for Reinier de Ridder at plus 600, I'm certainly titillated.
Ooh, Pegasus, what do you got going on here?
Yeah, so this is actually a pretty interesting one. So my name's also Rob in real life. I've been a Bobby Knuckles fan since he was at 170 pounds. He's one of my favorite fighters, and he's hard not to be someone's favorite. He's just a great guy inside the ring, outside the ring, fan favorite, always action, good dude, plays video games. You can't beat it. So me and Drav argued about RDR versus Whittaker for about 4 weeks. And once I got fight week came around, I got in the tape. One thing stood out to me that got me to bet Reinier de Ridder at plus 135, and that was the size and the physicality advantage. I know that's been the narrative all week across Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is that guys like Khamzat, Yoel Romero 2, Dricus, all these guys are able to just manhandle Rob because, like I said, he was at 170 at one point, take him down and out physical him. kind of get a similar situation here with de Ridder, where he's a guy who's got good grappling. He's a light heavyweight champion, a middleweight champion, and now we have him. I mean, against Holland, he kind of looked, I guess, career best. He kind of quit. And if you look at his last one fight against, what's his name, Malikin or whatever that guy's name was, he just quit in the ring there. But what speaks to me more is that, we've watched the line go back and forth. People betting Rob Whittaker. If you got that minus 130 price, that's the best price to have Whittaker at. And you got to look at the de Ridder price at plus 140. Here's the thing. The under is minus 110, right? Odds are if RDR wins the fight, it's going to come under 2.5 rounds because we've seen his cardio in the Malkin fight. We've seen against GM3, he looked sloppy and slow in the third round. And I mean, even if you look at the striking against RDR and GM3 was smaller than RDR, which GM3 is a decently sized dude, but the striking looked horrible. And like anyone who looks like that against Whittaker's knocking out. This price line, right? Was Whittaker, he was the underdog to Ikram, right? Or was he a slight favorite around the same price?
That line was crazy. That line was fucking nuts. I was all over Whittaker that fight.
I agree. And I was on Whittaker that fight. Do I think that if the fight was extended more than 90 seconds, things could have been different? I do, just because Ikram's a bigger dude as well. But to me, what just stood out was just like the way RDR looked against Bo Nickel. Sure, Bo Nickel isn't like the UFC caliber. He doesn't have the cage experience of Rob Whittaker, for example. In fight years, Rob Whittaker's a lot older than RDR. RDR's career trajectory is going in the right way, where Rob's has kind of been like up and down. We don't know where his head's at. Like, everything's good for him. It's just, you got to look at it and be like, who wants it more earlier in the fight? I think earlier in the fight, RDR is going to be going for it all, but the second the round 3, round 4 bell rings and the striking is starting to pick up a Whittaker, I think Whittaker can find a finish there.
100%.
So, I don't think there's a reason why I'm not sure if you guys play live line, stuff like that, start off on RDR plus 140 and then bet Rob Whittaker later on. Because RDR's best rounds are going to be 1 and 2 and Whittaker's best rounds are going to be later in the fight. So that being said, I'm on RDR plus 135 just because as big of a fan of Whittaker I am, I can just see RDR kind of maybe manhandling him and finding that submission early. But like I said, the later it goes, the better in favor it is for Rob.
Yeah, 100%. And that's just what scares me is just like, right? Like when it's a 5-round fight and you project it out, it's like you have to make Whittaker the favorite.
Yeah, of course.
But Reinier is absolutely live, and I think that's a great breakdown. I think we beat this fight up.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I was looking at DraftKings. They have 2 different boosts. Whittaker knockout and over 2.5. Reinier de Ridder sub and over 2.5.
And over as well.
Yeah, so give me some of that under, if anything, too.
Yeah.
I'll have a de Ridder shot, and I'll probably take a little under shot. None of it's max bet season, but I need
because to be honest, I'm telling you right now, if 7-8 minutes in, Reinier is not just having his way, he's done then and there. Like, it will go under 2.5 on Whittaker's side as well. He could absolutely punish him. And Johnny boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Johnny.
What a guy.
Woo!
We'll give you the Johnny dog shot of the night tonight. The new
Let's
quiz
go.
dog special.
But another thing I want to add too, right, is this year it's been one of those years where it's like a lot of these cards, and as we get older, I know you guys have been fans just as long as I have. We're the older guys, Job and Key are young men. Yeah. It's a big y'all must have forgot year. Like for example, Kamaru Usman was
I forgot
220 against that, and he looked minus 500. So this could just easily turn into like when Rob Whittaker looked like against Ikram, a y'all must have forgot situation, because Rob is only 34 years old, so he's not an old dog, he's just old in fight years.
I feel it. Man, tons of wars.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the UFC for over 10 years.
We've got Piotr No Mercy Jan versus Marcus the Maniac McGee. I mean, this
a great fight. It's honestly, great fight. Anybody that's complaining about rankings, you're so dumb. This is a great fight.
It's a great one. And honestly, like there's a lot of guys that just can't handle the physicality, the timing, the well-rounded, game of Marcus McGee. But Petr Yan, I mean, that's as big of a challenge as it gets for a guy that's truly looked special up to this point. Downsides of Marcus McGee, level of competition, and as he steps up the levels of competition, we're not quite seeing the same like finishing potential. And Petr Yan, you're not going to get this guy out of there. So in this fight, how fast can Petr Yan start getting his foot on the gas pedal? Because if you're going to give away round one consistently, and here we are back in a 3-round fight, Petr, this isn't one of those co-mains where we get a 5-round fight. So gonna need to see you find some urgency, and before too long. Marcus, I trust him to come out there, be safe from distance, but I do think that there's a lot better variety of striking on the Marcus McGee side from like the type of crazy stuff he's going to try to do. And that's where Petr Yan is going to be able to get his takedown attempts, like a back take off of a spinning attempt. Marcus goes to throw a combo or some type of kick, Jan's going to catch it and get one of those trips. I think like Yan, he's much tighter with the type of combos and strikes that he'll throw. So while it might be a little more predictable, it might take him time to put his foot on the gas pedal. I think he's going to start exploiting the more like unpredictable nature of Marcus McGee's game as the fight goes on and mixing in the takedowns, the control time. Striking is going to be a little bit too close for comfort, especially in the early stages. I can't say I'm willing to play Yan in a parlay, but he's my clear pick to win this fight. It's just like, what could possibly go wrong? Petr Yan, minus 380, 3-round fight. You don't really want to get involved in that point. So Yan by decision, that would be the best type of value I think I could find. Marcus McGee, plus 3.5. I also think that could be something of interest. He probably is going to look really good round one. So, Guru, what do you think on this one?
This is not necessarily a fight that I want to bet pre-flop, right? I think, right? Petr Yan gonna hopefully lose round one.
Yeah,
would love to bet him live at even half this price, right? I'd play minus 200, right? I'd pay minus 165. Right? I'd be very happy to even get that type of a line, let alone possibly like even a plus money number if he really does nothing.
It warms my soul to hear you talk about the live betting spot of the night.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, right, we want to talk about value. And when you look at these props and lines, like, I mean, this is just beat to shit. Petr Yan by decision is, excuse me?
Oh, God.
Minus 160?
Come on.
Like, okay, so the fight goes the distance. Give me, I don't care. Hopefully, like, the Saudi prince paid him off because, like, the Marcus McGee looks like he could be from that region. Like, why not? Like, Marcus McGee by decision at plus 500. Like, hello. All you need is people not paying attention, or hey, maybe he rocks him or has a good fight. He's a solid fighter. He's got a well-rounded skill set. I just don't know that he's seen somebody of Petr Yan's pedigree. I mean, in fact, I know that he hasn't. So we'll see how it goes. But I certainly think Petr Yan wins. But there's nothing to play here.
Yeah. I tend to agree with Guru here, especially with the live perspective. If Yan's going to go down around, there's no reason why you can't just wait and get in there because you'll see if it goes. One thing is this, right? There's part of me that looks at Yan. It's kind of like, he's 33 years old. He's been out because of injuries, kind of declining a little bit career-wise, and McGee is on his way up. He's a year older, fight years a lot younger. But when you look at it, I kind of think Petr Yan knows, like, if you watch his interviews and stuff, he knows it's kind of like shit or get off the pot time for him right now. So I don't know. And especially him in 3-round fights, he does usually give up the first round in 5-round fights. In 3-round fights, he kind of gives up the first half of the first round. And once he starts to pick up, he runs away with it. One thing TB said, which I liked, I do spread of the week every week just because it's something fun to do. No one's really picking up on spreads. I like Marcus McGee, spread of the week, plus 3.5 a lot. I feel like this fight could end up going pretty close, 29-28 decision. McGee, great pocket boxer, great power. Song Yadong, Marab. Like, we've seen Yan kind of hurt early on, and he hasn't fought a guy with the power of McGee. So first round could be very live. I think as the fight goes on, it's going to snowball. Also, the thing that's could be an issue for McGee is Jan's leg kicks, right? We saw Martinez have success with leg kicks against McGee. Could be a similar story here. So that's kind of my take on it. I don't mind a live line on Peter Yan if he drops round one. I also don't mind taking plus 3.5 on McGee because I don't really see a finish coming from Yan either.
Yeah, and it's all disgusting. So
what did you see for the spread? Was it -1? I saw it was plus 120 on BetOnline earlier in the week for McGee plus 3.5. I think it's chalk right now, like -110. So I'm not sure how much I like that now.
Yeah, I just feel it. Yeah, exactly. Like, seems like, -105 I'm getting on DraftKings.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not terrible, but all you need is one judge to see it for Yan, and then you're set, right?
100%.
And that's where trusting the judges, it does get tough. But the Kyler Phillips one, electric.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're moving on. We've got Shara Bullet for my Valentine Magomedov versus the Power Bar, Marc-Andre Barriault, MAB. Pegasus, what do you got here? I know this it's not the most flattering of money lines out here, but how are you feeling on this one?
So badly do I want to get on a spot on MAB. The reason that is because this line, so Shara's always this big, crazy number. I remember even he was like a -200 or -300 in his first fight in the UFC or something crazy like that. He rarely covers these big numbers unless he's finding the finish. And MAB kind of can do what you need to do to beat a guy like Shara, where it's, get him to the clinch, grind him up against the fence, and beat him up in the clinch, maybe get a takedown. All things where MAB should have the upside. The only issue is you got to get through kicks to get there. And Shara's kicks are way too clean. MAB's chin hasn't been the best as of late. And I just have a feeling that Shara's in his home country, goes to the judges, it's going to go his way no matter what happens. MAB is kind of older with the chin, so I would love to bet MAB. But like Olajuwon said, I kind of like the over in this. The over of -188, that's the way to go because end of the day, Power Bar isn't a quitter. He won't quit. He'll make this a fight. And Shara's kicks are dangerous, but I think it takes him a little time to get started, find his range, find his kicks. So I like the over the best here. If I got to pick a side, I'll probably just go with Shara because I have to, but over is the bet if you want to take a betting side.
That makes sense to me. Guru, what are you cooking up here? Anything in grandma's couch?
I mean I think there's a real bet here, and I think it's the over. I'm totally with that. You can't bet Power Bar here, unfortunately, because when you look at the stats, right, Shara Bullet is just the better, more efficient striker. Power Bar, if he wants to get in close, good luck with all the kicks and shit. Like it's just, and there really is no grappling, right? Like it's just not in his game. So where I really want to go is I'd like to go a little deeper than the over 1.5 if we can. Pegasus, Mr. Rob.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking that I really want the fight to start round 3 at -110. I'm like a little greedier.
Ooh, I like that. I didn't even know that was the price for that. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's the first one I see here on FanDuel. I'm going to check DraftKings as well. Yeah, I like the fight to get into round 3. I mean, if he dies, he dies. Like if he wants to go full chitty mode and just like explode, like I mean, whatever. Like it is what it is. It's the variance of MMA. But but like when you look at him knocking out Armin Petrosyan, I mean, again, that's at least over 1.5 from my memory here.
Yep,
and it's a double spinning back. Like he had to pull out every fucking thing he had to pull that off. So.
And you look at the guys who, like Joe Pyfer is the guy who knocked out MAB in round 1. Joe Pyfer is one of the biggest hitters at that point. Stufels was Dustin Stufels doing Stufels things. Other than that, like Power Bar hasn't had the worst chin where he's getting finished early. Like Cheaty got it once, but I don't know. And Shara doesn't scare me early, to be totally honest with you. I also think the Petrosyan knockout, kind of fluky to me, like a spinning back fist, like is what it is, but I don't know. Doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I feel you. Listen, I mean, there's a reason Mr. Useless present, and your presence is not useless, by the way. But yeah, they are in round 1. But as Peg is saying, it seems to be to the bigger hitters. And Shara, something that wasn't necessarily brought up to this point, unless I missed it. he's extremely heavy body and leg kicker. Like, he doesn't throw as many head strikes as the average bear. And that is another thing that I think plays this fight more to the over. The other thing that I'll say about this matchup was to build on what you guys were saying. Where were you when we built a ladder to decision?
There it is.
I'm saying ladder it up, baby. Over 1.5. Fight to start round 3. Fight to go the distance. And Shara decision. I think it all happens. Quite frankly, they're not giving this Canadian a decision in Abu Dhabi against Shara. Like, he's not going to be as clear as a guy like MVP was. And plus, MVP, universally loved. He wears all the head coverings and everything. Plus 200.
Plus 210.
He also converted to Muslim before that fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, exactly what he was doing.
We took MVP there, okay?
We did too. It was the spot.
There you go. We're aligned, and we're back in alignment. We're building a ladder to decision. So I hope you guys join us.
I actually think I'm going to do that.
Where were you?
All right. Build that ladder to decision.
I like it. I actually don't just like it. I think I love it. All right. We've got the matchup of a lifetime here, and I'm not just talking about how exciting this fight's going to be as they moved it up to the main card, but this is like the two nicknames. One, nobody has any idea what either of them means. And then it's like Zulfikar versus Calzifer. Like, how did we end up in this situation where we get two of the craziest K, Z, like all the R's, the Ers? Like, I don't know how these guys are doing it, but this matchup.
I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, one, I'm titillated by the like the nicknames and stuff, but yeah, it's Asu Almabayev, Zulfikar versus Jose Calzifer Ochoa, minus 122 on the Asu side, plus 102 Ochoa. Guru, it's on you.
I'm very scared about this matchup as well. I think there's a really, really interesting dynamic here in the fact that you have a guy in Asu Almabayev who knows exactly what he wants to do, right? He's got a very clear path to victory. And that's getting takedowns, right? He's gonna shoot over and over, and he's pretty successful at it. The only time he has not been, right, is against Manel Kape. But the thing is can Jose Ochoa replicate a similar game plan in terms of stick and move, sprawl, right, knees, and stop these takedowns? So I kind of find myself leaning towards the dog, but the truth is that, Asu Almabayev again has the more clear path to victory, and he's got a significant experience advantage, which I really do think matters. But where's the damage going to come from? Right? Asu really just wants to hold him down. And I'm not sure that he can, right? So if Jose can be slippery, if he can be a little slippery.
Are you titillated by how slippery he could be?
I could be very titillated by how slippery he could be and start winning the damage, right? You could have, right? Asu could have 3 minutes of control or more in a round, and Ochoa could land more damage. So I'm just scared. I lean the dog. Tell me what I need to do here.
You want to go first, TB?
Yeah, Pegasus, go ahead.
All right. So I got a lot on Asu at minus 104 when Ochoa was at his, I guess, highest price. And here's the reason why. I think, like you just said, experience-wise, Asu has a much wider range in experience. He's losing to a guy like Manel Kape is, it's not a bad loss. I don't know how you could call it a bad loss, even with the eye pokes. Like, Manel Kape could be champion at some point next year. So that being said, I don't really take much away from that. Ochoa, on the other hand, we watched him just fight Cody Durden. Everyone's very big on Cody Durden, and they're big on his wrestling, where he was able to take down Ochoa and top time him, right? And Ochoa is from that jukebox camp where they like to play their guard. And a guy in Asu isn't just a wrestler, he's a chain wrestler, right? So he's going to not quit on the first takedown, the second takedown, the third. He's just going to grind and grind takedowns until he gets it. Once he's on top, his back takes are good. He can sit on top. People say it's like I've been hearing all week this week was, like Asu's top time or top control isn't good. The part of that comes to that is because when you're chain wrestling, if you're out of a bad position, you're better off letting them get back up and taking them down again. So you can restart from the beginning, and that's going to wear them out. We haven't seen Ochoa in a situation where he's going to have to defend 13 takedowns, 14 takedowns, and get burned out. Asu on the feet doesn't get a lot of credit, right? That people keep saying, he stinks on the feet. He's not that good. I don't know. I think he's not great on the feet. If this fight's playing out on the feet, both guys can look big favorite. If it's on the feet, Ochoa is going to look a lot better. If it's on the ground, Asu's going to look a lot better. I just think this is one of those spots that you got a guy with more experience, with grappling upside and top time upside over a guy in Ochoa who's brand new. He's from Peru, and now he's at Jukebox, and he's the new shiny toy that all these people like. Ochoa is good. He looked great against Durden, a guy whose chin hasn't looked great lately in the UFC, and he got the finish there. But in the end of the day, I think that as long as Asu plays his game, gets him up against the cage and takes him down, I don't see how he doesn't win 2 out of 3 rounds. And then you got to play into the factor, right? Asu's from that side of the world. When push comes to shove, that's where the judges are going to go 9 times out of 10. So I don't know. That's my take on it. Minus 122 seems fair to me.
I think deep in my loins, I feel like you're right, but it's just like, fuck.
It feels like everyone's on Ochoa this week. Everyone is. I was on Ochoa against Lonier. He lost. I was also on him against Cody. He won. But now all of a sudden, everyone wants to get on him. And it's just like, sure, you do. But now you're paying. A lot of people paid chalk on a better opponent than they played plus odds on 1 fight ago. So it's just like, doesn't make sense to me. Now, listen, how wrong could you be at minus 102 or at minus 104 on Asu? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, it's. I agree. I think, similar to what we kind of talked about in the main event, each guy has a clear and distinct path to victory. I think if Asu is not able to get the takedowns, though, I think Ochoa does have the type of weapons that can dissuade someone from continuing to get after them. They're the same type of weapons, though, that can lead to him getting taken down and destabilized, debased, trying to throw a knee. Well, only 1 foot's on the ground now, buddy, so it might be double leg city and you're on your ass. But what I did like from Ochoa in the Durden matchup is, seeing his get-up game, seeing the way that he's able to scramble, and he uses the type of knees, teep kicks, attacks up the middle, uppercuts, things that are going to kind of make you think twice about just kind of blindly shooting in. And, I think he's got a solid enough jiu-jitsu game to not just get insta-subbed on the mat. Asu is also not really shown insta-sub potential. He's way more position over submission, which I do appreciate from a safety perspective. If you're looking for, someone that's not going to go for an armbar and end up on bottom, Cortavius Romeo style. But at the same time, I think his striking at this stage of his career, we're not going to see improvements from him fight to fight. And quite frankly, watching the Nicolau fight, all you have to do is kind of blow gently in his direction and, you could probably touch his chin, right?
Yep.
So I don't think, Asu really has anything to offer in the stand-up, and I think that's going to mute the effectiveness of his takedown attempts as the fight wears on. I think he's going to need success, immediately, ASAP, start draining the gas tank of Ochoa. And then, we probably could see him win a 30-27 unanimous, relatively boring fight. I'm choosing violence. And that's where I think it's got to be Ochoa for me. I think that the person that's going to end up with damage accrued in this fight, Asu's going to eat it. I think he's going to be bleeding at some point in this fight. If he doesn't get finished, I still think he's going to eat way more damage as the fight goes on. They're going to start on the feet for each round. And Ochoa, we talk about Peruvian, blah, blah. Part of that is, growing up in elevation. A lot of these guys have incredible cardio bases. And this guy looks like he's in great shape, was in Abu Dhabi early for this fight, more than a week ahead of time. So it's not like he's just showing up 3 days ahead just in time for weigh-ins.
Who is ahead early? Was
Ochoa got out there.
I thought he got in on Tuesday.
I was looking early in the week. He was already there. He had posted stuff a couple weeks ago like in shoot to box camp, and then like
yeah,
I don't know if it was Sunday, but he's been there, so like enough. Like it's not like super short notice type of matchup vibes.
I also don't like that narrative either, to be totally honest, unless it's super close to the fight.
Yeah. So, and ultimately, Zulfikar, like you said, the thing that gets me worried, the nickname, it's the legendary two-pointed sword of Ali ibn Abi Talib in Islam. So they might just be looking for the double-edged sword instead of the fire demon from some type of thing that Jose Ochoa likes. So, yeah, it's a toughie, but we're choosing violence here. So
what do you mean? You keep saying we're choosing violence? Are you betting an under?
No, I'm betting Jose.
So then you're not choosing. No, you're not choosing violence. You're choosing
that he's going to be the more.
No.
I was going to say,
be clear about what you're saying. You're not saying you're choosing violence. You're saying you're choosing Jose Ochoa.
I also like, if you're going to bet Ochoa, like there's a chance that Asu tires and slows down, and you could bet fight doesn't go at plus odds, probably bigger than Ochoa's price tag is. So like unders are fine for that too. I don't hate that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm being bullied around here. Thank you, useless present. I appreciate
I appreciate what you're saying, useless present, because you're being specific. He didn't say Ochoa to be the
No, I did. I said I'm choosing violence. I'm going to take Jose Ochoa to win this fight because he lands more damage. So then I said it again, and then you started yelling at me again.
No,
so it's all right. No. We've got Big Skeeta Nikita Krylov, the minor, versus NoHo Hank, Bogdan Guskov, Sarovich. Shout out to anybody that watches quality TV, and you'll know what NoHo Hank is. But we've got minus 198 on the Krylov side and plus 164 on the Bogdan side. I ultimately think, like, super quick breakdown, Bogdan's going to give up a takedown and a back take and a body triangle, and Krylov is probably going to get an early submission. And if not, I think it's going to be a head kick into that type of scenario. Krylov is just the way more experienced guy. He's only lost to people that have held the title or fought in title fights. I got to go confidently on the Krylov side. First fight coming back, a little bit sketchy after some time off, but that's Dom Reyes. I mean, Bogdan does not have the timing, the athleticism of Dom Reyes. So Krylov and comfortably for me. Big Skeeter is in the nickname Hall of Fame, by the way.
Because
that's a Gombas one.
Yeah, because I was just literally about to say, because Gombas came up with it and he doesn't know that we call each other Skeeter all the time. So
it was incredible.
Yeah. So Big Skeeter, Nikita. I mean, he just Bogdan, while he absolutely has the power advantage, he's not Dominic Reyes. Not in the takedown defense, not in the power, not in the striking. He's not even in the hairline. So while Nikita should be a total fade, not only at this price, but after literally dying versus Dominic Reyes just 3 short months ago, I do not like that he's coming back this early at all. Would not surprise me if he shit the parlay bed, if he fucked up here, if he got knocked out, if he did something stupid. Would not surprise me. However, he absolutely has elite takedown offense, control time, should absolutely be able to get there here. And if Volkan Ozdemir got 1 takedown, 2 minutes of control, and a sub, Nikita the Skeeta should do the exact same thing. So Babe Ruth calling my shot. Give me Nikita the Skeeta round 1 submission at trying to find it here. Hold the phone. It's coming to me. Well, at least the submit. Listen, fuck, that's the wrong one. All right, you go. I got to find that price.
So right now I'm on FanDuel trying to find what Krylov by sub and Bogdan by KO is. Usually they give that where you can pick both guys their chances to win. And I kind of think that's how that goes. Watching this fight early, I mean, I went into tape looking at it, and I'm like, wow, Nikita Krylov, this goes to the mat one time. This is over. He's going to lock up a sub on Guskov. So I totally agree with you on that aspect. My only issue is going back and watching Krylov versus Volkov, watching Krylov versus Reyes, where he just walks like in a straight line at his opponent and lets them tee off because his chin was there. And he was able to soak that, get to the clinch, get the takedown. Reyes lined him up, put him out cold. That was I think it was 3 months ago, not even. So it seems like a quick turnaround. And another thing is too, and I'll give Drav credit for this, going on fighters' pages and looking what they're up to. You don't know what Krylov has been up to since 2023. I don't know what he's doing, coming back so quickly, what situation he's in. Who knows? Guskov's training with Walker. He's, not that he's the best on the ground. What's happening, Mushroom? So it's just a very tough fight to choose. I just did nasty work, right? What I did was I alternate under was minus or 2.5. I think it was minus 300 on DraftKings. Wow. It was honestly minus 250 on Bovada when it came out there. That's what kind of put me onto it, because fight doesn't go the distance is minus 600. So 2.5 for the extra, 2.5 minutes, you're getting 200 off. Seems like an alternate under and a parlay is good for me. Even I just don't there's something sketchy about this over, right? Because this could very much turn into a slop fest where Nikita somehow finds his way to the clinch. Now he's clinching and wearing on him, but he's not finishing Bogdan, and it goes over here. So I don't know. Tough fight. It's a pass for me. Like I said, I'm betting the alternate of under 2.5 in a parlay. It's probably minus 400 now for all I know. But I don't know. I think you just gotta it's just so hard to pick this fight. It really is. I think if you gun to my head, I'm gonna go with Nikita Krylov. That's how I'll end that.
You said you're putting under 2.5 in a parlay?
Yeah, I threw it in a parlay. What's the odds on that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't mind that though. I think that's
I think it was minus 400 or minus 300 something when I bet it. But Bovada opened it up earlier this week minus 225, and go the distance was minus 600. So
yeah, I don't mind that from a parlay perspective. I love little stupid things you can do like that. Yeah. So I'm totally in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, round one submission, Nikita Krylov plus 470. I really do think that he can, if he gets the takedown, he's going to do it.
Yeah. It's pretty hot. I'm stealing your homework on that one. I like it. All right. We've got Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed Cyclone Nurmagomedov. Cousin Saeed, but not really related to the family, if you know what I mean. Not in fight style nor in actual familial relation. Saeed Nurmagomedov, a spinning striker, dangerous ninja chokes, and a tendency to get controlled in the wrestling if he's not landing the ninja choke. Bryce Mitchell, well, tendency to get rocked and submitted recently is what it seems like. It's just against fighters that I think, obviously I think there's a reason why he's going down to to 135 pounds here. Looks like he's in pretty good shape. And when you got downtown TJ Brown in your camp, you've got a good thing going. It doesn't get better than that from a training partner perspective. Slightly tongue in cheek, but Bryce Mitchell was also more recently training out of his shed with AJ Cunningham. So being in Abu Dhabi for an extended period with a former UFC fighter that had, maybe some issues, but had some talent. This seems like Bryce Mitchell's locked in and focused for this matchup. He's just not locked in and focused if a reporter's speaking him, in Russian or, in Islam or anything. So, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's had some terrible, viewpoints in his time. Jean Silva kind of made him pay for his transgression, so I appreciate him for that. But I think the Cyclone here, he might be in a tough spot. And seeing Vinicius Oliveira have the type of takedowns and control time that we saw in the last matchup for a guy that's not even a wrestler, I think Bryce Mitchell, clearest path to victory. Saeed Yakub Kakramanov also showed us what you could do. It's just, Bryce, brother, please, if you hold up the Bible in the octagon, one, you might die before the fight starts. And two, I just hope you use the knowledge of the Bible to not end up in a ninja choke. And if you could do that, then I feel pretty good about us betting you earlier in the week. What did we get, Guru? What did we get here?
I got 2.5 units, almost 3. 2.75 units.
Okay, that's sketchy.
Okay. To win 2.5 units.
Okay.
At minus 110.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice. So what's your breakdown of the fight?
I think it's pretty clear. I think Bryce Mitchell is going to get takedowns. I think he's what does Saeed even do? Like, it's kind of the Zellhuber effect to me. Like, it's just fucking kicks, right? He's not going to punch this guy. He's not Josh Emmett, right? He's not Ilya Topuria. This is not happening. So Bryce Mitchell -110. I think he gets takedowns at will. I think he can hold him down. He might even get the submission. So I am not worried. Everybody's like, oh, the ninja choke. Anybody that thinks fucking Saeed Nurmagomedov's ninja choke is better than Gene Silva, you're fucking dumb. I'm sorry. But Gene Silva's is better. So
also, he hurt him badly first.
Yeah, he kicked the shit out of him. And we paid chalk on Gene Silva there. Happily. So
yeah.
Give me Bryce Mitchell. I don't even really want to prop. I think -142 is dangerous. I don't really love it as much here, but he's still probably pretty safe. I feel he was one of my better plays this week. I really feel that.
I totally agree with you. I'm on him -115 for 2 units. And here's the thing too, right? So like you just said, he's fighting guys like Topuria, Emmett, and Gene Silva, all with power that Saeed Nurmagomedov doesn't have. All these guys are also so much bigger than Saeed Nurmagomedov. People don't understand how much bigger Bryce Mitchell is going to look in the cage. He's going to be a lot bigger. His weight cut looks like it's going great. He's in great shape. Saeed is a gas bag. He's front choke dependent. It seems like it's going to be sub or bust here. And it's one of those things where it's like that front choke, watching him just get front choked, is Bryce dumb enough to do it again? Yeah, he is. But that being said, I just think that there's just going to be a huge grappling edge. And that's the thing too. Everyone's writing off Bryce Mitchell's striking. I said this, and I'll go back to this again. I said this against Ilya Topuria afterwards and against Gene Silva. He's an awkward striker, and he made those striking exchanges weird. And he had success in the striking in both fights. Why that is because he just throws these fucking weird-ass kicks and these punches that come out of nowhere. And I think he doesn't have to worry about the power of Saeed. So, like, there's a chance he looks decent on the feet. And then once he gets his grappling going, it's game over. Come round 2, round 3, he's going to drown Saeed Nurmagomedov. So I think Bryce Mitchell is the easy side here.
Beautiful. I love it. Let's see the Triple C, Christian Colby Covington. Yeah. Maybe he wins and teaches them all about Jesus. Well, I hope that we were able to teach you guys some things about, the main card. And before we move on, be like John Newquist. Be like Make the Bookies Pay. Be a supporter of the show if you're, like that. If you're not and you're just here and you want to support us and you don't have extra money to throw around in this economy, which, dude, I get it. Totally understandable. Maybe just throw a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But hell yeah. I mean, listen, we got the best bets, the best guests, always free picks. We're live every Thursday. Don't ignore the time. We were definitely, standard time. We definitely haven't changed the time every week recently, but it's all good. We're here. We're having a great time, and we always love breaking down the fight. So do the right thing and help support the boys. All right, we're moving on. Yes?
No, I said yes, sir. Support the boys.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, we've got the King of Kung Fu, Muslim Salikhov versus Carlos the Lion Leal. Pegasus.
Oh, wait, I do have a question.
Okay, question.
Do we think that this is the furthest Bryce Mitchell has been from Kentucky? And do you think that getting on this flight for this long could have him possibly realize the curvature of the earth?
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's a great question.
I think Gene Silva beat him straight, to be totally honest with you. I really do. Just because, like, he doesn't. You watch his interviews. Also, the interview he had where he was speaking Arabic to Arabic to the Russian reporter was hysterical. But he seems
that was so great,
dude. That's just Bryce being Bryce. To answer your question, probably not. He probably still thinks it's flat, and it's kind of crazy that he came from Arkansas all the way over to.
Yeah, why did I say Kentucky?
Yeah, thank you, Dirty Reg. Also,
it's crazy he came. It's crazy that he left and went to that country, and the whole locker room story I still don't understand, but that was also hysterical.
I don't. Is there even any UFC fighter from Kentucky? Where did I get Kentucky?
I just think you're cooked.
I'm definitely big.
Isn't Louisville, like, aren't there probably some guys from I don't know.
Sure.
Do they have any hometown guys on that card? Anyways, what we are really supposed to talk about, Pegasus, give me your breakdown on this King of Kung Fu versus the Hungry Lion.
I got you. By the way, Mighty Mouse is from Kentucky.
Thank you.
Well done.
But yeah, so I don't know. This fight is so straightforward to me. Everyone like me wants to talk about how we're all on Carlos Leal in his debut against Rinat, where he beat the brakes off Rinat for 15 minutes, looked minus 1,500 easily, and then gets robbed of the decision. He's coming back for vengeance in the Middle East, and now he's got a 42-year-old Muslim Salikhov standing in front of him. KO minus 115, bet of the night for me. I think it's pretty safe. I also think unders also. Or I wouldn't even play with a round because it could come round 1, round 2. But Muslim Salikhov needs space to get his kick game going and get his offense going. Carlos doesn't give you space. He's going to march him down. He's going to swing for the fences. He's going to break him. He's going to beat him. It's going to be bad. It's almost sad that they made this happen.
What's up with the under? I mean, I guess because it's probably baked into Carlos Leal, but like
there's a chance that they gets him up against the cage, hits him a bunch, keeps it moving, and just leads it out. Because I don't know, you got a bad feeling. Like I said, it could be round 1, round 2. There's just a chance that this goes over and he finishes him round 2, round 3 because Salikhov hangs on for dear life. Who knows? But I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, Randy Brown killed him. Li Jingliang killed him. I think this guy, if he really wants to be somebody, which they seem to like him, you got to come out here and kill this guy.
Leach is also a very similar fight style to Carlos Leal, where it's constant pressure in front, swing for the fences.
Talk shit as much as you want about Alex Morono. I mean, yeah, he's been knocked out 4 times, but he definitely gets he survived versus Daniel Rodriguez. He survived versus Joaquin Buckley. He survived versus Anthony Pettis. You know what I mean? So
Leal comes out and cooks you. It is what it is. That's what he does.
So I kind of like the under. It's kind of an interesting thought.
I think Dravi gave that out in our BTL parlay as well. He gave out the plus odds on the under.
That is pretty sweet. I have a feeling that, that's legitimately his path to victory is landing one shot while Leal comes forward trying to find a finish and swarm him. He has to time the counter on the entry, but that's not I'm not going to do that. Sorry, Dravey. All right, we're moving on. I'll take the Leal knockout with you, fellas. We've got Dangerous Davy Grant, plus 270 versus the Monster, Blackshear, minus 340. Screaming danger all over the world. Guru, what do you think about this fight?
I don't think anything about this fight. What is this fight? What is this matchup? What is the line? What is happening? Davy Grant's a crafty guy, but again, I feel like a lot of these fights are similar in that way. Like Damon Blackshear, he's going to want to grapple you. So, are you going to submit Davy Grant? Right? That's the real question, which should be the answer. I mean, the answer should be probably yes. He's been submitted 4 times. You're getting choked out by Manny Bermudez. It's bad. That's bad news bears. It's been a long time, mind you. It's been a long time since he's been submitted, but I guess when you look at it, it's been a long time since he fought anybody that even would try. You're getting a brawler in, Adrian Yanez. You're getting a striker in Marlon Vera. Probably the Luis Smoka fight would be the last guy to try to submit him, and that guy sucks. Rafael Sunsao fight was crazy. That was one of the best fights ever to watch him pull that out. Refereeing hilarious. And then strikers in Taveras and Marcos. So this is the first time you're getting a sub guy in a long time. I think the sub is an interesting thought, but I would also imagine it's probably juice to the gills, right, boys?
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, it wasn't earlier in the week. I think it was plus 200 earlier in the week.
It's still plus 200. So that's not that bad to me. A little half unit on that never hurt anybody. So that's kind of where I'm feeling.
I also agree with you, 100%. I think here's the thing. David Grant swings for the fences at times. I just don't think he's going to catch Damon here, to be honest with you. I think this is a clear Damon spot. I think Damon is probably going to get David Grant down and sub him. So I'm with you on that. I'll take the plus 200 as well.
Yeah, I'm playing it now. I might even consider a unit, but I'm certainly in for half a unit.
Under plus 200.
Not as interesting. It's just
not as interesting. Not as interesting. It gives you some of Davy Grant's KO equity if you even think it's there. But I don't know. Yeah, also, I see this guy just said, Aussie Fight Fan just said fight ends in sub, because we've seen Davy Grant pull some fucking meme shit out his ass, like that inverted triangle he hit.
Yeah,
but it's not gonna do it against Damon Blackshear. Also, Blackshear gets people down, and when he's a blanket, he's on top of you, and no one gets up. So like, I don't see that happening.
That's the only reason. The equity is really just with Damon.
Yeah,
it's because the truth is like the only time he gets knocked out was like 2 seconds versus Montel Jackson.
Yeah, and that's Montel Jackson, who's got crazy
in power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the things that kind of worry me, because I definitely my interest was piqued by Davy Grant, just kind of skimming through the card, looking for those familiar faces, dog lines. You nailed it. 4 submission losses. We have seen him like his jaw broken. We've seen him knocked down. I wouldn't be surprised if Damon could find, a knockout of some sort.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
To me, because to me, Davy Grant is, first off, Davy Grant has never been knocked out. He is tough as nails, and Damon has 2 KOs in his career. Like, it's just not. He has 11 submission wins.
Yeah, if it's coming, it's going to be the sub.
He's gonna go for the sub. That's where it goes.
Also, we talked about the Krylov. Just to bring this back, I found the prop. It's only it's minus 130 for Krylov by sub, Guskov by KO.
Interesting.
In a combo. So
that you're covered like either way. Interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember what the under was 1.5, so I can't remember what the price was, because that also covers it to an extent. So I don't know.
It was. You're right. So yeah, I get your guys' point. It's sub or bust for a finish from like
we're turning a minus 340 into a plus 200.
How can you hate that?
I'm very, very happy to sprinkle on that, play that, and continue to move along. That doesn't hit. He's a goober, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. All right, we've got Amanda Amazon Tibosh versus Baby Shark Tabitha Ricci. I was told, Pegasus, do you have feed picks? Do you have ratings? What do you got on this fight?
Yeah. I was talking about that this week. That was good. Honestly, I think Ricci's looked better, to be honest with you. She's also got like that caramel type skin, makes everything look good. So who knows?
Amanda's always been my favorite. Will always be my favorite. I don't know why. It might just be her personality too. She's just,
and I think she's gonna win this week too. To be honest with you.
No, yeah, we touched her at minus 138.
Wow, that's a great line. I love that. That should be free. To an extent,
because you're breaking it down.
I'm gonna be quick. Amanda Ribas is Tabitha Ricci 2.0. Same concept, better striker, better grappler, better judo. She looks great when she's at 115. I got nothing to say here. I mean, Tabitha Ricci's getting gifted decisions against Tisha Torres and Angela Hill, and Tabitha Ricci started dating a boxer, so now she thinks she's a boxer, when she made her whole career on getting takedowns and getting top time, and now she thinks she's a boxer, and her striking, her punches don't even land half the time. If you actually watch and slow down tape, you can see like the punches land 2 inches short every time, and they never actually land. So I don't know. I think Amanda Ribas cooks here.
I just feel like anytime Tabitha is going to want to start wrestling, which she will, she's just going to get judo throwed. And land up on bottom. So
not the judo chop.
Where's that Hebas decision minus 104? Where is that bet that Dirty Reg found?
Minus 104. That's horrendous.
Yeah.
If you play that, you need serious help. Right? I mean, because Hebas is not getting a finish. It's just like that line is gross.
Yeah, Richie's off all of the supplements. She's definitely great shape. She's got like a gigantic jaw. She's not getting knocked out. But what I will say is like Hebas, she offers the way more varied striking, all different types of kicks. And that's the type of range she's going to need to maintain here. I think like from the Ricci perspective, she's going to want to get into the pocket, throwing big, but she's given up 5 inches of reach. She's given up 2 inches of height. If she does end up getting close, she probably ends up, it's going to be like Hibash landing the more effective striking and also being the stronger grappler with more upside for top time. You know, Ricci, this is not Jessica Penne. This is not Angela Hill. Like, she was running through the retirement home. Her best chance, quite frankly, is Hibas's chin not holding up at 115 and her landing some type of miracle shot. I'm not Ricci during Shark Week. She's wearing like the head coverings and fully buying into the Abu Dhabi vibes. I get you, but it's Hibash and
Shark Week. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
that's really
a weird coincidence.
That's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So we'll sign. It's like you guys know Jersey Jerry the signs. It's like that's what that is.
That's so good. God damn it.
Reg, we're only being like nasty because we have a better money line price. So the decision at -104 is not appealing, but it does make sense at this current line. I get it. Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, she's got a crazy jawline. All right, anyways, we're moving on. We've got the last Ottoman, Ibo Gynecomastia Aslan versus Billy, son of Zusi, Elikana. I mean, this guy, that was probably one of the funniest finishes I've ever. He's basically like, "Come here, take my neck, brother. Come on, I'm done with this fight, please.
Please choke me out. I like it.
Yep. There you go. Elikana, that's pretty nice. Peg said, "Yeah, I get it, man. I get it." To quote Mr. Dan, shout out to Dan Levy and the squad, definitely. So in this fight here, Ibo -270, Elikana +220. Why do you think they're asking the son of Susie, the son of sit on one knee and ask for forgiveness in the octagon versus Bogdan?
Wait a minute. You tried to sneak it in.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this nickname?
No, that's his nickname.
No, it's not.
Elikana?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I can't see it. It's under the StreamYard. What does it say?
It's not on Tapology, and I don't think that it's on UFC stats either.
Does it say son of Susie?
Yeah.
Wait, what is that?
I don't know where it came from. I looked it up. I think it was.
No,
somewhere.
You didn't. I don't think you made what? I'm pulling it up. Oh wow, it is on UFC stats for some reason.
Thank you.
What is
suck a dick? Put it in your mouth.
Wow.
Or maybe Ibo Aslan's titties.
Only the son of Susie and the son of Pat would do that. But in all, what the son of Susie?
Yeah, I know.
I hope he fucking gets knocked out round one and cut. What in the world? Son of Susie? I'm mad. I'm actually protesting breaking down this fight. It
sounds good.
Ibo Aslan round 1 KO.
Ibo by mother's milk. Tits in the face immediately. Pegasus, what do you got here?
Elcano all day at +220. I think Ibo's
what?
Ass.
Really?
Ibo is ass. And
he's really bad.
If you look at the Guskov fight, right? He had 5 minutes of back control on him. All we need is this fight to go extended. And I was there. Were we all in Atlantic City when Ibo fought the Pleasure Man? Yeah, yes, I got that same shirt in my closet. Dude, Ibo is horrible. He's a horrible fighter. So, like, Elikana kind of has, like, a little bit of everything. He's relatively durable.
I do kind of like the over here.
Yeah, over. I love the over, too. I think the durability of Elikana is good. I just think at +220, like, I mean, how wrong could you be outside of, like, a flash KO in round one? If the fight gets extended, Elkana's only going to look better. So I don't know,
but like based on, I guess he has a little bit more decision equity.
Yeah, and
look at that.
That's what I'm saying. At +220, it's just like, what if shit gets weird? What if Billy Elkana somehow gets a takedown? Gets something crazy? Like, it changes the whole dynamic of the fight.
I'd really like to rewatch the Bogdan fight because it's just like with ESPN Plus being such a shithole. Like I haven't been able to do tape this year basically. So it's like really, like I'd like to rewatch that.
That's a funny comment. But no, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Billy fight.
Comment of the week.
Billy fight was on 5 days' notice, and he won the first round, got tired, got punched in the head, and just purposely gave Guskov like his neck.
Right.
Like, get me out of here.
You're telling me he won the first round? I do not remember it.
He did.
He did?
I mean, he was on his back for like 4 minutes of the round.
Then Billy's the play. No way. It's Billy. Billy's a thought, and I really do like the over.
Like you said, like half a unit on plus 200 for the sub. Now you're getting a guy's full equity at plus 200. Why not put a sprinkle on it, see what happens? Because like if there's anyone who's a fluke artist, it's going to be this guy, Ibo. I feel like if he fights anyone with true process, it's always like a war or a worse fight. Ion subbed him. It was pretty easy there. I was on him there. And then, like we said, the pleasure man kept it going till the third round. So it was like, I don't know. Something sketchy about this guy.
Yeah. All right. Here's my counterpoints. I'll bring it up. Ebo did have terrible staph infection, and he stuffed 2 out of 4 takedowns for Ewan. Ewan ends up with only 1 minute of control. And Ewan is also kind of like getting rocked early in that fight. And like, as he starts landing those takedowns, you can start seeing Ebo gassing out a bit. Now, why doesn't he gas out in like the Turkali fight, whatever? Hopefully he doesn't come in with staph this time. On the other aspect of things is that I think Ewan is also a way better athlete, the Hulk. Like he's way stronger and way more like his takedown percentage is some of the highest in the UFC because he's undeniable when he grabs a double leg. I don't think Alicana is the same type of athlete. And like, no. I think he's also going to look like Rafael Cerquera in the first round.
Where is Alicana even from?
I don't know, man.
Native Islands? Like Hawaii? Maybe?
I'll be honest, like he doesn't. This is one of those fights where, like, quite frankly, if they didn't need someone for 3 days' notice for Bogdan Guskov, is he in the UFC? There's a reason he's here in Abu Dhabi to fight Ebo, coming off a loss, who just spent 8 weeks in Dagestan working on takedown defense and cardio. And I know, listen, like he came from Extreme Couture, so it's like same idea. Like he should have kind of already had some of that. His technique doesn't look bad versus Ewan. It's just like at a certain point, his body can't keep up with the pace that Ewan can put on in round one. Alicana's not going to do that. And he doesn't have the athleticism or the strength. It's Aslan. I feel like, you know, if I didn't get let down so badly last time, and if we didn't, he would be minus 1,000 in this fight. Like, ask yourself the question. If he does beat Ewan last time, what's the line here versus Billy?
Well,
minus 270s. It's probably a gift after he knocks him out in round one.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I do know. I'm feeling confident about big titties, Ebo Aslan.
I don't know how you could.
Well, listen, I mean, like I said, I'm not laying any real money on it. And
his process is just horrible.
Of course, but like his process is probably enough to get Billy to cover up and sit down on one knee.
I'm not necessarily sure, especially if he wins round one. Like, who wins Ebo versus Bogdan? Like, are you like, come on,
Bogdan clears him.
Yeah, 100%. So it's like, what? Like, it's a way high. You're making a crazy face, dude. Like, that's nuts.
What was the line? What was Bogdan's line against Elkanah?
Oh, he was a huge favorite.
He was, right?
Yeah, he was a huge favorite. Yeah,
he was. So Bogdan was. I'll tell you right now. I have it in front of me. He was minus 500.
Yeah. So it's like what are you talking about here? So anyway.
Well, what's Aslan now? Why did I feel like it blew up way more?
Is it more than minus 270 now?
No, it is. It's there. But I thought
I literally did it like 5 minutes before the show started.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm telling you, I really think in retrospect he's gonna look hindsight minus 1,000. But I've done worse things in my life. So,
how many worse things have you done?
Oh, I've done some terrible things. It's not good. All right, like Chidi and Jokuani, we can start there. All right, Mohammed the Prophet Yahya versus Stephen the Ninja Nguyen. Nguyen, I think is probably the proper way. Minus 380 in this economy for Stephen Nguyen versus the Prophet Muhammad Yahya plus 300. Okay, I'm passing. I'm good on it. Nguyen should throw 1 billion times more strikes, but at the same time, he's probably the worst fighter that they could have flown out to Abu Dhabi to fight Muhammad Yahya because this is the last chance. It's got to be pretty sad in the UAE when Muhammad Yahya is the guy representing you in the UFC, and they're probably ready to riot if this guy loses again in Abu Dhabi. So I don't know. I'm not going to play Yahya, but I'm also not going to play Nguyen at minus 380. So I'm okay. I'm okay on this one. I don't need it.
I think Nguyen by knockout. I don't know what the price is on that, but Yahya is he's dog shit. And now he's down at 145. Like, this just doesn't make sense. And when you talk about guys who are actually like Steven's got some process. Yeah, it's just fucking horrible. So that's my look.
I thought he's the UAE Warrior. Isn't that his nickname?
Yes.
He's the prophet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean you go.
I'm just looking for you go. I'm looking for the KO line. What is that KO line on win?
I mean, you got to go round 1 KO, right? Isn't that how this guy does it?
I don't even know.
No, he do it whenever. 2 in round 1, 1 in round 2, 1 in round 4.
So round two is plus 900 and round 3 is plus 1200.
That's really interesting because I mean we played Jarno Aaron's last fight, and not only do we play Jarno Aaron's, we also played the FICO in the distance. We had it all there. This fight's just very different. Muhammad Yahya may be the worst fighter on the roster. And we talk shit about fighters plenty, right? When they all could, like Muhammad Yahya could definitely kick our ass, and it's fine. But it's like he's really bad professional fighter. So don't like it here. Don't like Steven Wynn minus 380. Under 1.5 plus 160 is fine to me. So give me some of that.
Okay.
Right? What do you think? He probably does it early.
I think I got like 2-3, honestly, for KO.
You did say 2-3. It's an interesting thought.
It just seems pretty wide because like
he did survive versus Trevor Peek.
That's what I'm saying. Like he survived against Trevor Peek, who throws the craziest jab, like hammer fist jabs. So it's like, let's see, when's Yahya been finished? When he gets finished, Trevor Peek was a decision. Round 1 versus Fernandez. Round 2 versus Gavin Hughes. Round 1. I don't know. Tough. I'd rather just not even touch this fight.
Yeah, I agree. There's no need. I can pass on this one, so I will. Oh, baby. This is the one that we've been waiting for. We've got Martin Mother's Milk Badis Budai versus Marcus Buchecha Almeida, Beast Mode, ATT affiliate, all the Flintstone vitamins, Almeida, Buchecha, whatever you want to do with life. My question is Martin Budai Rug? I'm going to pass the microphone to Guru. What do you think about this fight?
I watched that one fight between Marcus and Rug. I mean, that was like legitimately exciting MMA. I mean, that was just great. They're exhausted. They're scrambling. They're going full pace. They're kicking the shit out of it. It was really good. I am very concerned about a lot of things about Marcus Buchecha here, but he probably should be fine.
What would you line Rug against Boudet?
Like minus 400, like maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little, like a little bit
minus
steeper.
600, maybe even more. So it's like,
because he would get the takedowns and just be stronger. I just don't know. Like, and that was what was impressive about Buchecha. Like, he just kept fighting. He had a lot of heart. Like, he missed a lot of things technically, but he really kept coming. So, I do like Buchecha here, but I almost like. It's either round 1 sub or it's going over in my mind, like all the way.
So I like KO. I like KO plus 800. Here's why. Gaziev, right? Anytime that Boudet is like, we talk about hammer versus nail. The one time we've seen him being a nail against Gaziev, he's they say he's a brown belt. Now he's training with Aspinall. So you got to assume he's getting sub looks. And when you fight a guy in jiu-jitsu, don't get me wrong, it could easily be a takedown and a head and arm choke easy for Buchecha because just, 19-time world champion. But I don't know if he gets top mount, like Boudet is going to be defending the subs the best he can. What stops Buchecha from elbows, ground and pound, stuff like that? Especially if he's got top mount, top control, plus 800 for KO. Everyone's thinking sub. Why not KO plus 800? Seems like if you think he's going to win inside the distance at minus 200 and the sub's there, you're getting plus 800 on the KO. That's my thoughts.
And to your point, the Badis does have a black belt. So maybe he has just enough to defend himself.
That's where I was feeling like stupidly like, like, oh, Badai's got value, the line's wide, because it's like, I'm pretty sure he was the dude that was obese and started training jiu-jitsu to lose weight and then became a pro fighter.
Yeah, but that also doesn't mean his jiu-jitsu's elite. It just means that that's how he got into shit.
Right, but it also means that it's decent. He's got to be at least serviceable there if that's where you started. And you're facing a guy that's 5-1 while you are 6-1 in the UFC. There's just a lot of things.
Hold on. Can you talk about that 6-1 though?
No, I can't. I apologize.
That's terrible. First of all, you have like TB retired Arlovsky in there. It's me. I fought him. I didn't go so well.
You're a smelly little boy.
And then it's terrible. Everyone's either not in the UFC anymore or retired, or they were a light heavyweight on 2 days' notice. Fat Jake Collier, Lucas, undress me with your eyes, Dresky, Chris, Fat Barnett. I mean, come on. This is just, I don't see value in Boudet here. What I do see value in is fading the narrative. Pegasus, that's a very interesting idea. And watching the Rugrug fight, he has full mount, throwing ground and pound, but Rugrug just goes, I'm just going to stand up here. And then he goes for an arm bar, but it's just like, as Guru told me, he's got T-Rex arms. So, and just absolutely crazy biceps. There's no arm barring Rugrug. I think any of it could happen for Buchecha, but I'm not going to parlay a -310, making his debut, 5-1. We gotta talk to grandma. We got to dig in the couch. We got to find a beautiful prop. And whether it's the knockout plus 800 or some type of variation on early submission, I think, or something like late as Budai, like he might have good jiu-jitsu. I don't think he's going to have the cardio to play from bottom and try to stand up. From his size and the things he's going to have to do to work, and Buchecha's ability to scramble, like, yeah, I mean, Boudet is going to look huge, but Buchecha also has like all of the vitamins and minerals that he could possibly need to be strong here. He's got single legs. He's got double legs.
The ATT camp is interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. So anywho, I truly think the pick has to be Marcus, and we just got to end up with the right prop here. So we're going to really refine the process, make sure we have the right thing. Now, Guru, I feel like this is like one of the sketchier cards from a parlay perspective. Is there any way that we can make the bookies pay here?
We can certainly try. Let's start cooking up. Let's see.
All right, let's cook something.
Let's see here. So, and are we trying to make them pay, or are we just like, we're really trying to make them pay, huh?
We're just trying to make them pay us money in a profit. Like, I don't need it to be anything too crazy. But listen, like I'm open to it as long as we think it's got a real shot of hitting. I don't need a plus 30,000 just for it to miss every single time.
I got it. Are you ready?
Does
it have to be plus money? Because I got something pretty solid here.
I would like, okay, so
-110. -110.
We'll make the bookies pay, and then we're also going to give our John Newquist dog shot. So
okay. All right. So hear me out. Damon Blackshear, Carlos Leal, Bullet. -110.
Yeah, it's probably happening.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's like I'm avoiding Jan. I'm avoiding Aslan. I'm avoiding Nguyen. I'm avoiding Buchecha. I think that's like, I think those are the three safest.
The only one I think who could screw that up is Blackshear. It's probably the only one. Just because I think out of the dogs or the dogs that they're fighting, Davy Grant is probably
is a tough guy.
Is the most dangerous out of all those.
For sure.
But I like that parlay.
And then if you really want to make the bookies pay, maybe you sprinkle Peter Yan in there.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. All right. Then, if we're going to go ahead, give our John Newquist dog play of the day. Shout out to the man for his lovely contribution to the show tonight. Let's see. Did we have a consensus dog that we were happy about here?
No.
What did you guys think about? You didn't like Elkanah, I know that. But
I'm kind of leaning towards that way after talking with you. I'm going to continue to look into that.
Yeah, take a look at that and let me know, because I haven't put my money down on it yet, but that's the dog. I haven't bet any big dogs on this card, and that's like where I think I'm gonna go.
The big dog on the card would, I guess, have to be Reinier de Ridder, and that's
what
like,
what I was about to say. I think that's the one.
I just feel like there's just such a way to look like I'm as a guy who's on RDR. There's just such a way to look so dumb and just be like, y'all must have forgotten.
I love Whittaker so much. I'm gonna be so sad to end my night on a loss to have him win. Like I'll be happy and sad, but like feeling like a terrible fan. Like it's a tough spot to be in. So it's gonna take some more meditation.
All right. Well, we'll continue breaking it down. You'll get our final picks and plays out on BetMMA. Thank you so much to everybody for joining the show tonight. Truly an honor for Pegasus to make his Chronic Combat debut and have such a lovely group in here contributing, giving their best bet, shouting out. Like, it means so much to come out, have this community, break down fights, have a great time. I truly look forward to it every week. And Guru, I will see you here Saturday. So before we pass
better get that fucking breakfast ready for me, baby king.
Let's go, beach. Pegasus, before we pass it off to the Guru to close it out the right way, what do you got to say to the people here?
Guys, thanks for having me. Would love to come back anytime you want. This is probably one of the most fun shows to be on when you're talking about being a guest on a show. Other than that, guys, everything's in our Discord for Beat the Line. You find us every Tuesday night. Me, Key, Drav, giving out bets, breakdowns, stuff like that. Check us out on our channel on YouTube. Other than that, give these guys a follow. Great show, fun to listen to, fun to watch. You can't beat it.
Thanks so much for being here, brother. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be sure to have you back. And honestly, both your co-hosts as well. Wonderful guys. Yeah. Would love to have them back. And I don't know if you guys do guest spots, but hey, let us know if you need anybody at any point. Seriously, man, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all so much for being here in the chat. If you haven't already, please give a like, a subscribe, share it around. We need the support. We're desperately clawing to try to get to 1,000 here. So please help us to do that. Thank you, John, for the donation today. You're the fucking man. Thank you all for being here. We will be back next week, right? We got more UFC. Where the fuck are we going? We're heading back to my favorite place, aren't we? Oh yeah, baby. Back-to-back weeks at the motherfucking Apex.
Oh, that's
But then we get literally what I imagine to be the card of the year, and I don't say that lightly. In UFC.
Did you guys see the opening line for that Roman versus Fluffy fight?
No.
Fluffy opened minus 170.
Wow. Whoa. I mean, he's gonna kill him though.
Yeah, what is it, minus 400 now?
Good question. Last I checked, it was minus 310 by the time I
was going to say minus 300. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, he's like, what is Roman going to do? You're going to pull a leg lock? Okay, enjoy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's going to be easy to cook him.
Yeah, 100%. Really interesting Albazi Tyra next week. That's really, really cool. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Please follow my co-host, TV Scouting MMA, over on Twitter, Instagram, Pickett, Tapology, and BetMMA. And you can follow me, the Guru Scouting MMA, over on Twitter, Instagram, Pickett, Verdict, Tapology, and BetMMA. Guys, take care. Be safe out there. And let's make some motherfucking...